Just wondering if you can update us on Alex Formanton, who was absent from practice today.
Yeah, both Formanton and Forsberg. Forsberg's son woke up, had a fever, so precautionary reasons. Obviously, he can't come to the rink. Same for Alex. Wasn't feeling great, but there's no. It's more precautionary than anything, but we just got to be safe and follow the rules. So we'll see how everything comes back today, but both are just precautionary.
Okay. Does that mean that neither will be available for tomorrow, or both still available?
That's going to be up to the trainers, obviously, and we'll get that information here shortly. All I can do is deal with who was out there today. So we made a quick move on the fly, and we'll make the roster decision as we go.
Okay. Not sure if you're taking the train or the bus to Montreal here this afternoon, but would you be ready to ride the bus in Montreal tomorrow in goal?
That's good, Gord. You're getting tricky there. That's good. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if Forsey can't go, that's the plan. Is that we want to get some looks down the stretch here to some guys, in net. And see where we're at. I think Gus gave us some good starts. He's had some really good starts in the minors. So if Forsey can't go, we're looking to go with Gus tomorrow.
There's an odd question here for you, Coach, and last one from me. Do you have to guard against maybe an over swagger on your team, or worry about that possibility with this young group that's playing so well?
Well, I'd certainly rather deal with over swagger than under. We've dealt with the under swagger at the start of the year. And, what I thought today was as good as we've skated, speed-wise. Guys that certainly feel good about themselves, and young guys, that can happen. And you forget about the detail of your game. But we got to know that this is an absolute desperate team in Montreal that has to have these points. It's another playoff game, and come game time, if you're not at that mindset mentally, you're not going to have success. So we'll be ready to go when the game starts.
Bruce Garriock, Post Media.
Just on Forsberg, DJ, does he have to? Those guys have to have COVID tests, and that if they come back negative, then they're fine to play tomorrow. Is that how it works? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how the exact rules. Obviously, our trainers and everyone deal with that, but no one's tested positive or anything like that. It's more precautionary, so we'll see if they're available to us, and if they are, we'll make the decision then.
Now, will Abramov play if Formanton can't?
I'll speak with Pierre and all the coaches. I mean, it just kind of let us know at the last minute, so he went in there to not kind of screw up all the other lines. So we'll make that decision. If we know he's not available to us, we'll make that decision more in the morning.
I just got a couple other things, DJ. Just on when you picked up Victor Mete, has he? I think when you picked him up, you wanted a guy had some NHL experience, and he's still young. Has he been a nice surprise or?
Well, yeah, for sure he has. I mean, Mike Riley was a UFA and has gone to Boston and played really well there and played really well for us. With him gone, and we got lucky that Mete's on waivers right in the Canadian division, could come right in and play. And he's played really well for us. I mean, away from the puck, surprising how well he's played. You don't know much about the other team's players. You know them, but not in depth. And with his feet, his ability to break us out, and his competitive level, he's done a really nice job. And our defense has been one of our strong points of late.
And I mean, you I'm sure you knew him from junior, but what is the biggest thing that surprised you about him and the way he's fit in? Because he is only 22 years old. Like you don't get players like that very often.
No, you don't. And obviously Pierre liked him. Right from the get-go when he was on waivers, Pierre really liked him. You get a 22-year-old guy. Players' careers can change from 20 to 25, and we got a young guy that looks like he's gaining some confidence. Obviously, didn't have any in Montreal, being a healthy scratch, and that happens a lot. And sometimes the second or third team you go, the light clicks on, and you play your best hockey. So, he's played really well here. I know I knew him a little bit from junior, but not that he was just competitive away from the puck, and that really, to me, is what has allowed him to have some success and start to gain more ice time.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you what you'd expect from Montreal now.
Well, they're as desperate as any team is. I mean, I don't think they're any different than Calgary or Vancouver and these teams right now. Everyone's jockeying with a couple weeks left here to get any points that they can. And obviously with Calgary winning last night, that makes this game even more important. So it's great for us. We want to be able to put pressure on some guys and see how they perform. And tomorrow will be a pressure-filled game.
At Tidcombe, Senators.com.
Hey, DJ. With 6 games left in the season, Josh Norris leads all qualified rookies in face-off percentage. Kind of what has been the key to him being so successful in the face-off dot, especially as a rookie?
I think everything in the NHL comes down to competitiveness. And the most competitive people are the ones that have the most success. And he's a really competitive guy. If he has a bad night, you can see he wears it a little bit, and that's part of being young. But he goes right back to work and works harder. So he's continued to get better, but I would say it's his competitiveness that allows him to continue to get better daily.
Final one is Mark Broussard at Le Dual.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious with Bernard Docker, has there been any thought of sending him down to Belleville to get some games in?
No, I don't believe that's available as well to us at this point. But in saying that, he continues to work and practice, get better. At some point, we're going to get him in here. In this last 6 games, we'd like to get him in a game or 2, depending on what happens. But it's a process, for Jacob, to make him what we think is going to be a good defenseman for this franchise for 10 years. And we're not in a hurry, to do it today and make a mistake. We want to make sure he's in the best spot to succeed, and we'll go accordingly to that.